It finished all square in Cote d'Ivoire. Benin won, Nigeria won. The Super Eagles of Nigeria had even sealed qualification before kickoff of that particular encounter after Libya defeated Rwanda by a lone goal. All three teams, Benin, Rwanda, Libya, still have a shot of making it to Morocco 2025, joining the Super Eagles of Nigeria. But the question mark and the jury all out is Augustine Cerezo Iguavon, that man that can lead Nigeria to the forthcoming World Cup based on the result that we've had at the Afcon qualifiers. Time will surely tell. Welcome on board. This is Premium Sport on PBO TV. I still remain the amazing Kingsley. Bolu Omoni is here. Chijo Keziali is also here, and very quickly we'll dive into it real quick after this break. We'll serve you sport beats and more. Welcome back. It's still Premium Sport on PBO TV. It's time for Sport Beat. Let's serve up with tennis, where world number one Yannick Sinner continued his perfect start at the ATP finals with a dominant win over Russian Daniil Medvedev. Playing on home soil in Turin, Sinner won 6-3, 6-4 to top the Ilie Nastase group with 3 wins from 3. Sinner's place in the semi-finals had earlier been confirmed by Taylor Fritz 5-7, 6-4, 6-3 defeat of Alex de Minaur. And away from that, retired footballer Diego Forlan lost 6-1, 6-2 in 47 minutes on his professional tennis debut in a doubles event in his native Uruguay. The former Manchester United and Atletico Madrid striker and Argentine partner Federico Correa lost to Bolivian pair Boris Arias and Federico Zeballos after receiving a wild card for the Uruguay Open in Montevideo. Let's conclude with a bit of boxing. Mike Tyson slapped Jake Paul at a charged weigh-in for the controversial heavyweight fight in Texas. Novice boxer Paul will take on 57-year-old Tyson at the AT&T Stadium in Dallas. After both men had weighed in, Paul crawled across the floor before rising up to Tyson's eye line for the traditional final head-to-head. Tyson had refused to engage with Paul's grading for much of the fight week, but slapped his opponent across the face, prompting security and team members to rush in to separate the fighters. One thing I can promise you is that nobody will slap anybody here. After the break, we'll do Niger flavor. We'll be back. Welcome back, guys. It's time for Niger Flavor, and when it comes to Niger Flavor, we have to talk about happenings back home here in Nigeria. And where else do we concentrate on if not the Super Eagles of Nigeria? It finished Benin won, Nigeria won at Cote d'Ivoire. They scored first before Victor Osimhen got the equalizer. Even before that game, guys, before the game, we had seen qualification, but a lot of Nigerians are worried about the performance of the team. Should we be worried also? It's just because we've qualified. Why do we have to stress ourselves?
Well, I was a team. Come on, especially after this qualifier, I'll give it to Austin Negavan. But where will they go? I don't think he has. I've been a fan of give it to Amunike for a very long time. I think based on antecedents, based on what we know, what we've seen, I feel he deserves to get the job. But maybe the people at the top feel this boy too stubborn. We can't give him for whatever reason. He never got the job. Even Finidi Joe, remember for years, was begging for, I think on the 17th, until he came to Yimba, led them to the title. Okay, come to assistant, then coach. I don't think Iguavoin is the best man for the job going forward anymore. Because I say it all the time, anybody can set up a team. But it's in-game decisions that separates the best from the rest. But I don't think Iguavoin has that in-game decision, the perfect one. For example, look at what happened in the game against Benin Republic. We needed goals. I didn't like the setup from the onset. Me and CJ, if you remember the short preview show we did, we spoke about why not try Iwobi and Dele Bashiru. We can't be playing 2 DMs against Benin Republic. Then when the game was 1-1, we finished with 3 DMs. How? We needed a goal. You brought in Rafael Oyedika, a defensive midfielder. Then I can't remember the other person that also came on. Then later, why did Yana even start that game? Then move on away from there and brought on Victor Bovia. Then we ended with Frank Onyeka as well. You would think we needed to lose that game or we needed to keep a point. We were not playing for anything anymore. Nigeria had already qualified. So if it was you needed to secure the draw to qualify, it's a different ball game. So I think decisions, and it wasn't the first time. It happens almost every time that his decisions in games are always suspect, but they qualify like I said before the games, thanks to Libya going away to beat Rwanda. But we need much more than that because we've played Benin Republic away twice. That's a team we've beaten 14 times. We didn't win any of those two. In fact, the one yesterday was, the one we played against Benin Republic was more like a fluke. Like, okay, just a raw farm to get a draw. And the game was, and the fact that, okay, let me bring it. I was on air while the game was on. So I was stylishly watching. I was like, oh God. But I can't remove my phone to stop live feeling that nobody's saying you to use phone. The game was that boring. Nigeria Super Eagles played about 8 minutes. After 8 minutes, you would think it was Real Madrid against maybe Las Palmas. Las Palmas is too great. Maybe Real Madrid against one Segunda team. It was that bad. And I was thinking to myself, the reason you bombarded everyone was because you needed the wing play strength. And our pressure was from the wings. They were running us ragged. They got the goal. Terrible defending for the goal. Terrible man marking. Terrible zonal marking. Terrible whatever marking. Then, oh my God, I had to be hearing names like Nwa Basket. That was also poor from the goalkeeper. He could have saved that ball.
Was that Nwa Basket's fault?
No, that's what I said, defending first. For that particular corner kick, It was a short corner kick. The defenders couldn't know what to do on time. They crossed. Nobody was holding on to the man. But the header came to Nwabali.
No, it was close range. Header to the ground.
Not to the ground. His hand. To his hand. It was his hand that hit the ball to the ground on that. So it was more like he wasn't the top of the blame for hierarchy. But overall, they did a good job before this game. In terms of they knew what they needed to do before and they've qualified. But now, they've played 2 away games in this qualifiers. They've not won any of them. And World Cup qualifiers, yes, we will likely win all our own games remaining with this momentum. But they need to win at least one of the away games to have a chance of qualifying.
Okay. I think Bolu has given us a cue so that we are not just saying the same thing Bolu said. He said World Cup qualifiers. We have sorted the Afcon. In the World Cup group, I think we're in Group C or thereabout. We are 5th with 3 points from 4 games. We have Rwanda. We have South Africa.
Benin Republic.
We have, I think, another team.
In the group?
Yeah, Lesotho is in that team. There's Benin. But 3 teams are on 7 points in that group, while we are on 3. And we have played 4. We have 6 more to go. Are you scared about our chances of qualifying for the World Cup?
Looking at the players we have, we aren't supposed to be scared of anything. We have a good, I said, a lot of individual world class, if you want, players.
Yeah.
Top talents, very good players. Osimhen yesterday scored from sheer brilliance, individual brilliance. He has been trying. That's what we have in abundance. Bruno.
So fans are saying he missed the easier chance.
He missed the easier chance. That's Osimhen.
It was actually terrible.
It was sandwiched.
But goal covers every
It was sandwiched, but he scored. Bruno Onyedika was brilliant.
I think that guy is held down to that position.
Left
that left back, no. Going forward,
that's Bruno
Onyemaechi. I'm looking at the individual talent of our team.
Olano is one of the best fullbacks in the Premier League right now.
He always performs when it comes to the Super Eagles also. Well, I'll leave the game and concentrate on the World Cup because you asked about the World Cup. The World Cup, personally, I think we'll not qualify for the World Cup.
No.
I know you guys know what to hear.
Do you need help?
I know you guys know what to hear.
Can I have a clean whatever I put on his mouth?
No, let's call Jessica.
You see that I had to change my face from where the camera. There's another camera here.
Let's call Jessica to help him to clean it up.
Who qualified? Who
the thing is, I know.
Wait, do you know that the World Cup is happening in USA,
Mexico,
and Canada?
Wait, I know it's heavy. I know it's heavy to hear. I know it's
World Cup.
CJ, I don't want to stay in America for the World Cup.
But
because
I would love to go to the World Cup.
You're not going anywhere.
I would love to.
Which
I would love to cover the Super Eagles.
The one that you said you will not qualify for.
No, but
Premium Sport will send you to Afcon. We will go to the World Cup.
No, see. No, we'll qualify for Afcon. We've qualified for the Afcon.
Premium Sport will send you for Chan.
Don't qualify
we'll
for
go with Tizzy and Jessica to the Afcon.
To not qualify for the Afcon, actually. Not qualify for the World Cup is not totally the boys' fault.
Which boys?
They've not started. They didn't start very well. We've lost a couple of games.
Who are the ones that lost?
Again, coaching.
Plus,
I've always said.
Team.
I've always said it that coaching is the biggest bane of our football when it comes to elite level. Bolu, you're my witness. I've always said on this very show that I'm not comfortable with our coaching setup. That if you're watching the Super Eagles game and you have doubts, it's never going to turn out well.
Okay.
From the beginning, not go
exactly.
from the beginning.
Let's do it this way.
I'm trying to go at the slower pace so that our viewers will hear us clearly.
CJ, let's do it this way.
Yeah.
We'll get to dive deep into this
I
conversation.
know.
Much later on the show.
So, to make what he is even saying,
Yeah.
so into context, the present head coach of the team
Bolu,
is the technical director.
we'll discuss.
I know where this is going.
We'll
discuss.
Yes, we'll discuss.
That's what I'm trying as much as possible.
We'll discuss
not to go
this there.
Yeah.
Let's just quickly wrap up Niger flavor and then the Afcon so that we can have time to talk about that.
I can wear my agbada.
We have Nigeria, Egypt, 13 other teams have secured qualification for the 2025 Afcon, which will take place in Morocco. Let me see if I have their names somewhere around here. Alongside Nigeria, we have Tunisia, South Africa, Uganda, Equatorial Guinea have qualified.
The thing is, Jessica sat down after hearing
Equatorial Guinea have qualified for the Afcon. And Gabon.
You went
we have Cote d'Ivoire, there's Morocco, Burkina Faso, Cameroon, Algeria, DR Congo, Senegal, Egypt, there's Angola, and then...
But Kingsley, fans will be wondering why you were happy when you mentioned Equatorial Guinea.
I wasn't happy, I was just congratulating the trophy.
But Bolu, why was he happy? Like,
I was seeing more of off camera than
I congratulated the two of you that Equatorial Guinea qualified for the Africa Cup of Nations.
oh, he has a mentor.
okay.
All right.
Okay, guys, we'll do a short break. When we come back, it will be time for Euro Focus right here on Premium Sport on PBO TV. Welcome back. It's time for Euro Focus right here on Premium Sport. Well, Lakers needed to get the job done, and he got the job done. That's for the Three Lions, where England have moved top of the UEFA Nations League B Group 2 following a dominant 3-0 victory over Greece. They just needed that 3-0 victory, and he got it done, even though he's not the permanent coach. He's done with the job this year. Thomas Tuchel will take over next year. That should tell you something about that particular manager. And let's look at some other results from the League A. In Group 2, Belgium lost at home to Italy by a goal to nil. France, Israel, surprise, finished goalless. I would say no Mbappe, no France. And we had Ireland defeat Finland by a goal to nil. Kazakhstan 0, Austria 2, Slovenia 1, Norway 4. Just some selected results right there. And then when you talk about the South American part of the qualification of the World Cup, surprise, Venezuela, Brazil finished 1-1. I didn't see that coming, but if you think Brazil drew, Argentina lost to Paraguay, even with all their arsenals. And I mean arsenals, I mean all of their stars. And Vinicius Junior still disappointing for Brazil. He does so well for Real Madrid, and then a lot of persons said he ought not to win the Ballon d'Or because of maybe his performance with the Brazilian national team. Guys, maybe a short one, 30 seconds. Do you agree with that because he's poor with the national team means maybe you cannot give him the big awards?
I think he will be disappointed himself with his performances in the national team. He lost the penalty in the Venezuela game, and I'm sure he will be very devastated because in the current Brazilian setup, he's the best Brazilian player right now. So aside a leader like Neymar, it's crazy that we're calling Neymar a leader for Brazil, but aside a leader like Neymar,
how poor Brazil have become?
Very poor, very poor.
Neymar ought to be like a Danielson in that 2022 team where
Brazil always have them in every
when Brazil are leading 2-0, 3-0, you just bring him on to
excite the
fans. But now Neymar is a go-to guy.
It's hard to disagree with Ronaldo. I think this has to be the worst Brazil. I was trying to disagree with him at the point, but if you look at the squad, Vinicius is their best player. It shows how bad that. In fact, remove Vinicius, their next best player is Rodrigo. Then now, based on this thing, you talk of Rafinha.
He was one
that we were yabbing for
against Venezuela.
So it just shows how poor the midfield. Bruno
if you look at the midfield, you just
Bruno
wonder
like, is this Brazil? Paqueta plays for West Ham. Where are these guys?
In fact, English-based players
mid-table teams
for Brazil.
Like for mid-table
the only guys you can say, okay, they are probably elite for Brazil. That has to be their captain.
Marquinhos for PSG.
central defense, then 2 goalkeepers, brilliant from aside
Exactly.
that. And there's no.
No, I can't get Magalhaes. He plays for Arsenal.
He's not a starter. I haven't talking of starters in that review.
He starts nowadays.
Because the big boys are not available.
He's not a starter.
Militao
Let's
is not
let
an
it rest.
elite defender. Militao starts ahead of Gabriel.
Thank you. Wrap up.
It just shows how poor that team. Even
Wrap
Bremer,
up.
I think maybe Bremer is injured.
Bremer plays here. When he's not injured, he
Will
plays.
you wrap up?
Brazil have finished.
Okay. To a national team that's finished, to a club side that looked finished, but they've gone in to bring a wonderful manager who might help revive them. Ruben Amorim, that's Manchester United. We hear that they are reportedly prepared to offer Joshua Zirkzee in a player plus cash bid for Sporting Lisbon's Victor Gyökeres next summer. I don't think Gyökeres will go to Manchester United. I think he's sealed to go to Barcelona, even though we've heard Barcelona president say they don't need him. If he doesn't go to Barcelona, maybe Arsenal. I don't think Man United should keep Højlund and Zirkzee because they paid money for these 2 strikers. After the break, hot gists. Welcome back to the final lap of the show, Premium Sport, right here on PBO TV with the amazing Kingsley. There's Bolo Money here and also Chijoke Ezeali. It's time for hot gist. Yes, we'll gloss over the first one and we'll sink our teeth into the second one. Well, the first conversation we have here is that of the Kylian Mbappe, Perez, where there's a quote here that Perez says that this is not the Kylian Mbappe I signed. The Real Madrid president Florentino Perez declaring his patience on the French superstar is running thin. Now, is Perez too hasty with his comment, or doesn't trust Ancelotti to bring the best out of Mbappe? Do you think we should worry about Mbappe, or we should just chill? They should do this season with Ancelotti. When another manager comes in, you can now judge Mbappe, because not all players acclimatize that fast. We should also think about that for Kylian Mbappe.
Even before the season ends, he may still get to turn out well. I always go back to Luka Modric when he joined the Real Madrid. Many Spanish presses at December called him the worst signing in La Liga.
Madrid, yeah.
Then by February, he's one of the best midfielders in the world. So there's still time for it. Like we're discussing on the WhatsApp group. Barcelona are having a great season. They've lost 3 games this season. Real Madrid are having a terrible season. They've lost 3 games this season in all competitions. Yes, people are looking at their 6 points at Real Madrid in La Liga, but they forget they have a game in hand. And the match Real Madrid lost was to Barcelona.
Wait. Barcelona have lost 3 games this season.
Yeah, in all
Arsenal have
competitions.
lost only 2. How Arsenal having a terrible
But
season?
we're talking about Mbappe.
I just remembered now.
We're talking about
Arsenal have lost just 2 games this season.
We're
In all
not talking about.
competitions.
Inter and what's the name of the team that beat
In the
Arsenal?
Premier League, Bournemouth?
In the Premier League, just one. That's
But they are 5-6 points away.
I'm just saying. How many points are Real
No,
Madrid
I think for
behind?
I think for
Barcelona?
England now,
6
actually, the
points.
point gap is very close in England. So it makes it look like no matter how good you are very
Are you
poor.
not surprised? CJ is telling me that Arsenal are 5-6 points behind.
Can we
the
focus
leaders.
on Mbappe right now?
How many
Because
points am I
we're talking
United?
about Mbappe
Where's
right
Man
now.
United on the
We're
table?
talking about Mbappe.
Man United can't have
So,
you need the scroll of the Super United on the table.
well, we're just 4 points away from the top 3. So, we're good. We're
But
good.
you're not top 10.
Are we looking at positions right now?
Okay, Bolu continue.
It's still
But
far.
I think he will come out good, but himself, I think the man that needs to really wake up has to be Vinicius Junior. If you notice Real Madrid's game, it feels like Bellingham and Mbappe, they are getting the synergy little by little. Sometimes Mbappe drops for Bellingham to move forward. When he drops, Vinicius should be the one going in when Mbappe drops, but it's Bellingham that creates that space. So I think it's coming up. When Mbappe and Vinicius works, it should be good news for Real Madrid, but without Vinicius' pride, it may not work out well. And if Real Madrid may have to cash in on one, it will likely be Vinicius.
Arsenal
But
take it.
I think Ancelotti needs to do more. Ancelotti needs to now tap into what made him a super coach. Over the years, he has worked with virtually
All the big
all
boys.
the big boys. When he was at AC Milan, I enjoyed him.
He's
more.
the biggest coach in world football as we speak.
Yeah,
I don't
you
think
can
any
say
manager,
that.
I don't
You
think
can say
any
that.
manager
Yeah.
has coached more elite players.
Yes, that's why I said he's
Ancelotti.
the biggest
When
coach
he
in
was-
world
that-
football.
That's why I pointed out the AC Milan example, because if you check the AC Milan team, they had everybody. From Zlatan to Kaká to, in fact, everybody.
Yeah.
And he managed them. Gattuso was still there, Pello was still there, and they managed to play together.
Costa at some point,
Seedorf was there, the
Costa.
strongest footballer.
Shevchenko,
So-
Inzaghi, Maldini, Cafu.
Exactly. So if there's anybody that will bring out the best from Mbappe, it should be
Ancelotti.
Carlo Ancelotti. And
He
I think
even
I-
coached the BBC.
Exactly,
None of the three
exactly.
players
the
individually is better
Benzema,
than those
Bale,
ones.
and Ronaldo. And I think Perez is just being Perez. We know the
wants to start and start,
undertone.
no
The
time.
undertone of what Perez is trying to do is
Ancelotti
he's
to
giving
make it work.
excuses to bring in
Alonso.
Xabi Alonso. It's just basic. If you look at that, what you just read out, you just know the undertone is okay. Because it's questioning Ancelotti not bringing out the best in Mbappe. We just know where it's going.
We'll get to talk about this much later, in future times. But my fear is that Xabi Alonso has made a name for himself in Germany, playing a back three. Can he play back three at Real Madrid? We'll talk about that. Because I'm looking at this Real Madrid setup. How do you play back?
They'll buy players.
Okay, finally, guys, let's talk about the Super Eagles. Do the Super Eagles need a foreign coach? Or should Austin Iguavon be retained, especially for the World Cup qualifiers? I'm not starting with you. I'm starting with
We don't need a foreign coach. We have a coach that we can use.
Who?
Just like I've said it earlier, Emmanuel Amunike.
Emmanuel Amunike is not even close to coaching the national team.
That's where the problem.
So why are you picking somebody that has not proved himself?
Because if we are proving himself, we're in NPFL or as a coach.
As Emmanuel Amunike coached the national team successfully.
The last time Nigeria national team won anything, if I'm not wrong, any national team was Amunike. Yeah, the last time any Nigerian national
under
team
17. I'm talking about the senior team. Was Amunike not part of the coaching setup, Iguavon and co, that we failed to qualify for the last World Cup?
Was he the coach?
Was he not the assistant?
Okay, why didn't we call this guy success with the team then? If you need the judge, he was the assistant to Pesero. Why didn't we call it? Nobody even ever mentioned him.
That's why they gave him the job.
No, that's
those were one of the criteria. Yes, that's one of the criteria. They said he understands the team, that he knows the team.
Yeah, but they didn't call him.
Part of
was part of a success team. Just say, he's been with the team for long, and everybody will tell you assistant manager's job is completely. For example, one of the things we heard in house, Pesero at some point had to tell around the world room, and you have to tell. Leave me to do my job.
Pesero, Pesero. We're talking about Pesero Finidi right now. At the start of his reign, there was a time where he didn't need Finidi for anything. He didn't need all the Nigerian assistants.
He brought his assistants.
Brought all the assistants. They were virtually doing nothing in the Eagle setup. So that's way different. So you can't credit their success to him being part
of
that.
So why is Bolu mentioning Amunike?
What is
track record like
in Nigeria? The first ever time in like maybe over 2 decades, Tanzania qualified for the Afcon. It was the one.
We failed to qualify for under 20
that's a remarkable record,
under Amunike.
Oh, so now you are going back to underage. The same underage that I said he won.
You just hyped it with underage now. I'm telling you that he failed at the underage level.
Most of these boys in this squad that we are hailing, he brought them up. Including this Victor Osimhen that is the best player on the continent.
It's just two. It's Osimhen and Chukwueze, which are down.
So the remaining players in the squad are they
and if you're looking at assistant capacity,
even they said before him too, the assistant you mentioned, the Kelechi's generation too.
Yeah, exactly.
He was the assistant coach in that team as well.
All the players.
All of them.
And these are the guys that don't play well.
Oh no.
When he's not playing well.
Wait. Virtually from 2013 to 2015. Virtually every Super Eagles player playing right now for Super Eagles they've had one way or the other gone through him.
And even you're enjoying Rangers now. See, he's enjoying Rangers football now. Who is the coach?
Rangers or Heartland?
Heartland. You're enjoying how they play now.
He's not one that will want
to. That's the relegation team. You want to give it to Super Eagles.
What did the company got for Bayern?
Amunike is not one that will want you to hype him or lobby for him to become coach of anybody. You said he has not proved himself. He went to Tanzania. He qualified them for the Nations Cup for the first time in over 20-something years. He brought a new brand of football to clubs in Egypt, Zambia. He still revved till today. In Zambia, Zenetco didn't retain him because of money issues. The company that paid the club salaries for the club pulled out at some stage. So there were issues there. So he had impacts everywhere he is. He also don't like mentioning it, but part of the FIFA technical committee.
No, we know about that one.
And also he works closely with Arsene Wenger.
Yeah, we know about
so he's a man that is well grounded.
Even the setup is saying, I think one of the things that killed that team as well was ego. Too many big boys.
You mentioned the under 20, right? Remember that particular game was played under heavy rain. They were leading that particular game 3-1 at home.
We lost at home in Nigeria, in Lagos.
They messed it up after.
Did you qualify? No.
We didn't qualify. But then there were some good things he has done. The football knowledge most of our boys get from under 17 level now to where they are now. can be credited to what Manu, and Ubadi did for the setup from 2013, 2015 until now. So he's a very good. I'm not saying with Bolu they should go and employ him to become the.
Maybe now he has a coach, you can't get him anymore. I'm not a fan of always going to clubs to pick. For example, Guavo is technical director of NFF. He's the coach in charge. The two managers or assistants are coaching. It's like picking Real Madrid manager Ancelotti to coach Spanish national team. They make Hansi Flick his assistant with any other. It doesn't make any sense. It reduces your focus.
The point is, for me, the point is, Guavo is not technically sound enough to become.
We don't have the money for a foreign coach. So, that's the thing.
So why don't we take the best we have? We have good coaches.
Who is the best?
We are not mentioning NIS.
We have good coaches. We have the Ndubisi Egbos. We have
Michael Egbo as well.
I know, but he looks foreign.
But those guys are ready.
He's not back.
They are exactly.
They're not coaching back.
Some of those guys want to even work for free.
Why don't you bring them together and make them a consortium of coaches for the national team?
Example is also Terry Egwalje.
They'll decide that.
Terry Egwalje is a consultant for US national team. In fact, he coached Siasia. Oh, okay. Siasia is even available. What's this other? What's this other?
But you should not get close to that.
What's this other coach?
Why would you take Amunike and not take Siasia? Siasia has proved himself more than Amunike.
Yes, but sometimes when
Siasia proved himself with underage.
Exactly.
More than Amunike.
Under 23.
That's why I said more than Amunike.
He didn't win.
He won a silver at the Olympics.
But
it's better than any under 17.
It's chill.
Gold is always better than silver.
Exactly.
Silver or gold, I have none.
It's chill.
But what's this other man? I want to mention. Remember the one that got banned.
Salisu.
Salisu Yusuf is also available.
But let's wrap up.
So 2 of them were banned.
Give me a name.
Wait, 2 of them were banned.
No,
but you're taking Siasia over Salisu.
Give me a name. Amunike. Do you thinking? I said, should we replace a Guavon with a foreign coach? I feel we don't have money to get a foreign coach.
Pizzo Mosimane.
We don't have that money.
What's this? Javier Rinaldi.
Give me a realistic name, Bolu, to replace a Guavon if you believe a Guavon is not the man.
We can go for Egbo. He's Nigerian, so money
Give me a
go
realistic
cheap.
name.
I don't know. Okay, you said you are sure that the NFF doesn't have money, but
yes, there's no money.
They said they're looking for sponsors to pay for.
So if
just
they
like
get sponsors,
I can tell that there's no money.
No, even when they get the money, they'll go and look for every Tom, Dick, and Harry. You hear the new coach Jessica sacked from A, B, C, D in the last 2 years, and he's the new coach. That's the problem.
The thing with the NFF is they will just do something out of the
blue.
That's I said, give me a name.
I said it last time.
Give me a
and
name.
it happened with the government.
Give me a name.
I'm not giving anybody any name. But I know
CJ wants to apply.
but I know if they give a group of Nigerian coaches the job, they will do good.
Okay. CJ is scared. Bolu is not scared. Bolu has said Egbo. But he also hyped Amunike. CJ hyped Amunike small. And they mentioned some other coaches. I just believe that
No foreign coach has ever won the World Cup.
the NFF is broke. There's no money. So Guavon is doing a good job as always stepping in. Being our current Shuaibu Amodu. You know what Shuaibu Amodu did back then. Let's not forget, Guavon has a history. In 2006, when we failed to qualify for the World Cup, after Christian Chukwu, they brought in Guavon to handle the last 2 games. We did not still qualify. At the last World Cup, when it happened that Genetro left, he still brought in Guavon. We did not still qualify. I hope he will be 3rd time lucky.
He's unbeaten presently, so 4-0.
He's not okay.
Guys, we'll wrap up. Let's quickly wrap up. Let's quickly go to our premium bankers. That's our punters bank, where we talk about you winning money. I'll be very, very quick with this. Should I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9? I'll do 10. 10. I'm very fast. Nigeria, Rwanda.
Same thing I did for the last one. I almost entered Nigeria win 1.5.
Nigeria 1.5. Ghana, Niger.
Under 2.5.
Under 0.5.
I'm thinking of Ghana loss.
Germany, Bosnia.
Yeah, that should straight win for Germany.
Netherlands, Hungary.
Both teams to score.
Croatia, Portugal.
Oh wow, this is huge. Over 2.5.
Spain, Switzerland.
Spain narrow win.
England, Ireland.
England should win.
Italy, France.
What teams? Okay, I think over 1.5.
Argentina, Peru.
Para for Argentina. They will Peru and Para straight win for Argentina.
Brazil, Uruguay.
Brazil. Uruguay. Let me count that.
They look like the best team.
I think both teams to score. Yeah.
Okay, good. CJ, Nigeria, Rwanda.
Nigeria to win comfortably.
Ghana, Niger.
Draw, straight draw.
Germany, Bosnia.
Germany to win over 2.5.
Netherlands, Hungary.
Both teams to score.
Croatia, Portugal.
1.5.
Spain, over or under?
Over 1.5.
Spain, Switzerland.
Switzerland, Spain.
Yeah.
Under 3.5.
Under 3.5. England, Ireland.
England, Ireland. England to win.
Italy, France.
Italy, France. Under 3.5.
Argentina, Peru.
Under 3.5.
Brazil, Uruguay.
Under 2.5.
Okay.
Just
Thank
see
you.
all your under 3.5. Your game just end 2-2.
Okay, guys, thank you so much. Yeah, you can see we are so happy, but then this live gets at you very, very fast. Finally, we end on a very sad note. A Super Eagles goalkeeper Stanley Nwabali has lost his father. The Chippa United goalkeeper took to Instagram on Friday morning to mourn his father, sharing a post accompanied by a tearful emoji. Although the goalie did not reveal the cause of the death of his father, he shared a heartfelt tribute with the message, "Rest in peace, Dad." Our heart goes out to Nwabali and family right here on Premium Sport on PBO TV, from the guys behind the camera and also the lady behind the camera. To all of the guys right here, we say, may God grant the family of Nwabali the fortitude to bear this loss. I'm the amazing Kingsley. Thank you, Bolu. Thank you, CJ. I'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.
Premium Box Office TV. Everyone loves premium. Premium Box Office TV is exclusive on StarTimes.